have been suspended for 180 days pending investigation into all the allegations. Now, this, well, a whole lot of pundits are saying that this could be as a result of the fact that Kenyan athletes actually protested last week in Kenya, in Nairobi.
Yeah,
we actually saw the pictures there,
yes.
And it was all about the president, and the other two officials as well. This is a very, how I put it, right now, IAAF is in the eye of the storm. I mean, not quite long ago, Russia was suspended because of what they have been accused of state-run doping. State-sponsored doping system as well. And you could remember too that the Kuwait Olympic Association and athletics is part of them too were suspended because of other issues too. So this is like a very big one. And yes, the new president has been trying to clean things up. But for Kenya, who were celebrating weeks back, fact that they actually won the World Championship in Beijing early this year, this is very sad for the three officials. Yeah, of course, their president was even saying that yes, it was time for him to leave anyway, but he's going to fight. But let's just see how the investigation goes, and I hope that the people who the perpetrators will be brought to book.
All right, so that's an interesting one for Kenya. But let's see, as Cosmo said, let's see what will unfold in the days ahead. But guys, let's come home now and talk about our own situation. Our own situation, of course, around the trials for the 2016 Olympic Games by the Athletic Federation of Nigeria, the AFN. They fixed July 7 to July 9, 2016 for the trials, and that will be in Aba, Abia State. Okay, the first one, the campaign, of course, for athletes is starting in Aba from the 19th and the 20th of December in Aba, Abia State. So somehow preparations, we can say, are beginning to begin. Well, next year's Olympics, at this time, what we should be doing is probably crossing the T's, dotting the I's, stepping up a little bit, not just starting from scratch.
Absolutely. And not only is there the Olympics, there's also the World Junior Athletics Championships also next year as well. You know, so there's plenty. It's a major athletics year, 2016. Thankfully, the AFN have begun they've started their programs earlier than normal, and I'm hoping that they can stick to the
Phase 1 campaign is on already.
It's on already,
and it's going to be ending on
December,
the 19th.
Exactly. So, but in light of everything that is going on in the world right now, as regarding doping, I'm just hoping the Nigerian Olympic Committee and the AFN are working in tandem, and also the associations are also working in tandem to ensure that doping control is a major part of their programs. All we keep hearing is that campaign has begun, campaign will start in NS, but we are not hearing anything about the plans of the associations or the NOC to ensure that doping control is at its highest and at its strictest, to ensure that none of the non-Nigerian athletes goes to disgrace us on the global scene. It is very important because we cannot work in isolation with global trends. What is happening right now is that everyone is beaming a searchlight on perceived cheats or people who are already, you know, embedded in state-sponsored cheating in global sports. So we cannot work in isolation. This is the point where the NOC and the associations have to come out and make statements regarding how they'll be carrying out regular testing for athletes, doping control, ensuring that every athlete that will represent Nigeria is clean under international doping regulations. So this is, for me, is very, very key. Camping, fine. Programs, fine. But doping control is also a major
very
part.
Key.
Should be a major part of our program.
Very, very key. All right. Just to highlight what the AFN is doing, Phase 1 campaign towards the Rio Olympic Games started at the beginning of November. It will be ending on the 19th of December. And then the second phase, we're told, will start on the 4th of January in Port Harcourt. In Port Harcourt, that's where the Phase 2 of the campaign will begin for the Rio Olympics. So, well, as Tunde said, yes, we are happy the AFN have outlined the program for us, but it's also very, very key that those athletes that were camping and getting ready for the Olympic Games are very clean and they understand everything around doping, so that we do not go to the Olympic Games and get some kind of embarrassment from our athletes. All right, so let's leave that for now and go to basketball. Let's talk about continental basketball now. We highlighted this a few days ago. Two teams, First Bank and Dolphins of Lagos, are involved in this continental championship. We were very dominant when we had the Zone 3 qualifiers, but this is the big one. And it's not going to be easy. But the good news is that First Bank and Dolphins are managing to pull their weight.
Yeah, they're managing to pull their weight. I mean, First Bank, in Angola, First Bank actually are in the quarterfinals as we speak right now. Yes, the first game they actually struggled. Actually, Dolphins struggled. Lost the first quarter, lost the second quarter, but they got back into the second half, and before you know it, they somehow were able to win by 68 to 55 points, and that is very huge as well. While First Bank too have been having a good competition as well. So we've got two clubs that have been representing Nigeria well, and we just hope that they will be able to continue the momentum by getting somewhere in the competition.
All right, so that's it. We wish these two, First Bank, we wish them the very best of luck as they seek this continental title. Let me read a few comments on Twitter before we go on our first break, and all about athletes and avoiding drugs and all of that. Babatunde Samuel says, I can't wait for that crucial Dream Team game tomorrow. We'll talk about the Dream Team in the next couple of minutes. He says, I'm sure we are in Rio already. That's coming from Babatunde Samuel. We're sending this one in from Ikorodu. Well, we have to take it one game at a time. I also pray that we make it to Rio, but we have to take it one game at a time. Oyewale Babatunde Noah says, all athletes need to avoid doping. He says it is bad for the sport. Olufemi Julius says we should advise Dream Team 5 to play as if their life depends on it tomorrow, okay? I'm sure they'll be doing exactly that for you. Someone says all athletes, officials found guilty should be brought to book. That is if they are guilty of doping, and of those who have been found guilty already. And our good friend, Pastor Kevin Amata from Benin City, says from emerging news of corruption in FIFA and the IAAF, Russia, and now Kenya, it is hard to say that any country, any nation is clean of corruption. Exactly, buttressing the point that Tunde made about the search really is not about who is clean. It's about who is not clean. All right, so that's an interesting one, and you ask yourself what the future of sports will be if you want to get everybody down at the end of the day. Okay, all right, let's go on a quick break now, and during the break, we'll be bringing you this interview with the president of the Nigerian Football Federation, courtesy of the Super Eagles official YouTube channel, and the NFF president, Amaju Pinnick. Interestingly, today is his birthday, so we use this opportunity to wish him a very happy birthday. And of course, he's talking about the Super Eagles preparations, of course, for the African Nations Championship that will be taking place next January in Rwanda. He says Nigeria will be adequately prepared, and is also optimistic that the Eagles will get better and better as we approach the more crucial rounds of the 2017 Nations Cup qualifier and the 2018 World Cup in Russia. So let's bring you a few excerpts of the interview with the NFF president from the Super Eagles official YouTube channel, and then we'll be back with more on Sports Tonight.